Hello, it is LynzloByChoice here. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. We are doing a little bar renovation, and this is in the world of the one that we got with StrangerVille. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember taking a look at this bar when the pack first came out, and yeah, you can see it was in much needing of some renovations. I don't even do much because I wanted this to be like a more realistic renovation. You know, you can't change everything. We're going to keep the bones of it, but we're going to add a little parking lot. We're going to add a little rooftop space, brighten up the inside, add a little bit more life in there and some greenery, add a little bit more plants and foliage, you know, things to really get that going. We change a bit of the layout here. We put the bar in the corner. We add some bar stools, well, some more bar stools. We add some more booths, or we add a booth. Actually, there wasn't one here, so I end up adding one of those. There's a little dance floor. We end up having 2 bathrooms here. Like, I really love the overall renovation of this, honestly. So I just gave you a brief rundown of everything that gets in here, and I really don't know why I thought to do a little bar renovation. I haven't done a renovation like this in a while, and I typically just do homes. If you enjoy like realistic renovation styles and stuff like that, let me know in the comments, because I am a love it or list it girly. Like, I absolutely love the show. I have seen every one of the episodes. I don't know what I would have done throughout quarantine without it. And that was just like a sign for me to go. And then, you know, playing The Sims really unleashed a lot of my creativity through Love It or List It. So, you know, let me know if you want to see more videos like this with the realistic renovations kind of style, and you know, we can see if this is something that we do more of in the new year. I really like the concept of having a dance floor in here. I don't think this is much of a dancey kind of world, you know, because they're walking around and they're really in a trance and all that crazy stuff, but I feel like it was necessary for me to still have it. And also, like, who wouldn't love a dance party in the middle of a bar like this? I was trying to figure out what kind of tables went with these booths. It was a bit difficult to understand. Some of them snapped to it, some of them did not. And then I was like, I didn't want to use that bar stool. I didn't want to use that booth color or booth style. But at one point I was just like, it's okay. It's a booth. I just wanted to get a few in there. I wanted to have more than 2, but this was a pretty small bar. I didn't notice how tiny it was until I was actually moving things around, putting things in there. And that's when I realized, you know, I couldn't have a lot of 4 or 2 tiled tables. I did some of the 1 tiled tables, added some bar stools to it. And then I wanted to have this little game table, like IRL, it's a foosball table or something, but I don't know what they call it in The Sims 4. So I added one of those, and then I added some TVs, because whenever I think about lounges and things like this, it's always like playing sports in the background or has like multiple channels playing at the same time. And because this was in Strangerville, or in the world of Strangerville, I think it quite literally is called Strangerville. But even though it's in here, I wanted to bring some of that kind of quirkiness inside. And so we have a bunch of different decorations around. I kept the bar feel here, so it's like a random little end table with some glasses on it. I add in a bunch of different things on top of the bar, and I love adding pictures on the wall and then adding some shelves under it. Then I add up like a bunch of things on top of there too. But just coming outside, you see I put some cars out there. Lately, my style has always been adding, you know, different parking lots and then putting cars in there. Whether or not they'll move, they will not move, but it's there, and it gives off the illusion that this is a very crowded place, or at least people come here for the scenery and vibes, you know? And in order for me to have the rooftop bar vision that I had in my mind, I wanted to allow them a space to do that. And I thought a ladder would have been very on brand for this world, but I didn't want to give in to that. So I ended up going with a very long set of stairs. And then I add in like some storage things back by the storage area, by the stairs and everything. And then I ended up adding another bar up top, and then we have a little stage up there and some more chairs. Like, I feel like this has the potential to be a very flourishing bar in the world, and I wanted to allow you the opportunity to have your Sims, you know, engage in that, and then just add some lot traits to it, make it like a common place for clubs to hang out, things like that. And I'm telling you, this place will be jumping, like, quite literally. I love the idea of creating a bar like this, and then it just kind of matches everything else but elevates it with that rooftop bar. And that's exactly what I was going for. This really does make me feel like an architect. That's probably why I love building in The Sims 4 so much. It allows me to tap into something that I don't think I'd otherwise do. Like, if you don't know, I work in tech, and I am always just like on my computer, very analytical thinking and very critical thinking. And so whenever I'm able to build content for you all and just, chit chat, I'm always thinking about ways to really elevate the space, think about it in a different way sometimes, and then also give it a realistic touch. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. I do end up adding a lot more windows than which was originally in this build, but I feel like it just worked. I did want to add in, some curtains, some things to cover it off, because bars are pretty dark and mysterious in a way. And so I feel like this bar isn't like the most upscale, but I feel like it definitely does the job. Everyone enjoys coming here, and they're here for great times, like I just said. I definitely feel like the hardest part of renovating this bar was really trying to keep the mix between the original style, not the exterior, not any of that, but really just making sure I'm keeping on brand with the original style on the inside, like how they furnished it, things like that. Like, I wanted it to be very updated. I wanted to give it some more room. So if some more Sims wanted to, have a big party here or multiple parties on the same lot, things like that, I wanted there to be a lot of space to do that. And so that's why I added that extra bathroom. And then I added some more seating area. There's that dance floor. This really does give off a very communal space. And I feel like it's very on brand with some of the decorations that I have. And that's exactly what I was going for. Like I just said, I wanted to keep it very on brand, with the world and with the original styling of the bar. And so I think the only time that I really stepped away from it, and I really think the only time that I stepped away from it was really just doing this rooftop bar. You can see I'm going with a lot of blacks, and downstairs it was a lot of, brown, woods, things like that. And so I wanted to give it a little bit more of, a little facelift. It's not ultra modern up here, but it definitely is a little bit more upscale than what we see downstairs. We have some more browns here as well, but I was really dedicated to giving it a nice rooftop. Strangerville, in my opinion, is so underrated. I love the world. I don't play storyline game packs as much, so I don't play in the world as much, only when I'm, doing the storyline, but I haven't done it in a while, and I think I kind of want to. I think the only time I've really done it was when it first came out, and then I use a bunch of the accessories. The cast for Strangerville, the game pack, is so good, very underrated, and I love it. Yes, I'm adding some small details here to this bar, but I wanted to keep with the same grass, the same things. So I try to go into debug and find some things there. I didn't find a lot outside of, that pole that I put up, and, I think the cactus or something similar to that. But I wanted to make it seem like an outside bar. And I think the big thing was making sure that this bar had curb appeal. I wanted to make sure that it was, I couldn't update it as much as I wanted to, let's be honest, but I wanted to give it a bit of a facelift. And I feel like that wall on the top level just was perfect. I didn't want to change that, but I had to add some bushes. I had to add some plants, some flowers, and then a little bit of terrain paint there. All right, so we are nearing the end of this build. I really had so much fun building this for you all. As you can see, I'm putting in those shelves that I talked about earlier. I added some more pictures, a lot of knickknacks, a lot of things that I feel like would have definitely worked in a bar like this. And I hope, it really translates that I was trying to give it that realistic kind of thing. None of the things on the shelf needs to be there. There's a random soccer team there or sports team there, a hand, there's a cat statue, we have some random trophies, a little thing of a car. A lot of stuff is just very unnecessary, and it's okay. I think it's very on brand for this bar, and I love it. I end up adding some of those flags there, and you can see a bunch of the different things that I've done, throughout this video, but also in some of the screenshots. So if you want to download this, it's already up on the gallery. My name is LynzloByChoice. I really hope you have a great rest of your day. I had so much fun, doing this realistic renovation for you all. If you could subscribe to the channel and also click the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.